Hi my friends, it's Marta here. Today I am sharing with you my secret sauce for successful card making, like selling cards on the craft fairs and markets. Now, I will be dressing my cards on the inside, so if you're not interested in this little chit chat I have here about selling cards, you can skip like next 5 minutes and jump into the video where I'm dressing up the cards. I also have another introduction where I'm sharing the tip with printing the papers as well, so I thought it will be helpful. But one thing I want to say, I think there's not enough discussion in the YouTube community in regards of the crafters who are making the cards for sale. Now, I have like nearly 10 years of experience of getting ready for the craft fairs markets, and my experience were with different results. I have some ups, I have some downs, but definitely one thing made me way more successful when I switch one thing in comparison to before. At the beginning, I was trying to make the card for every single possible occasion existing. I thought if I have like 100 cards, I am prepared, everyone will find something for themselves. But it was not always working. Like sometimes people were saying, oh yeah, it's nice. They were buying like one card for £1, $1, that's it. And it wasn't really much. When I've decided to stop being everywhere, to provide for every occasion, I only focus on like 3 or 4 main occasions, like wedding, christening, or baby anniversary, maybe birthday, the most popular occasion. And I was trying to bring the best product possible. My cards were done on the inside, outside, back area. Everything was like high-end, luxurious feel. This is where things started to change for me, because I can tell you, my friends, you will be way more successful by selling 2 high-end cards than creating 20 cards, $1 each, and trying to sell all of them, all of the 20. You'll be better off by creating 2 high-end cards, and obviously you'll need a little bit more on your table, so you kind of build up your stash of this luxurious card. But I guarantee it to you, everyone who is getting ready for some occasion, for wedding, for special birthday celebration, and they are looking for the gift for the loved ones, they are looking for some extraordinary, for one of a kind, for a special wow effect present gift, rather than simple cards. So I encourage you to try this approach. I encourage you that next time create something super special. See how your cards are presenting from all 4 sides, and I guarantee to you that they will attract way more customers. And sometimes when you give the card to one customer, never forget, never skip leaving some logo, some contact number here on the back, because I guarantee to you, if you will sell the card like that, the person who will receive it, or someone who will visit them and they'll see the card, they will contact back to you asking you for some custom made cards and orders. So this is my little secret reveal to you, I wanted to share. And now I'm gonna have a quick introduction, because I'm sharing with you a tip in regards of the printing, and then we're gonna address these beautiful cards so they will have this little extra attached to them. So I hope you enjoy it, and you're gonna stay with me for the rest of the video. Thank you so much, and I'll see you shortly. Before we jump into the video, and this is gonna be part 2, where I will show you how to dress the inside part of my cards to make them look pretty and luxurious, I just have a couple of the announcements. So bear with me for a few minutes, because I think you may like it, and I have a special trick to share with you as well, which it's about printing, and that's why I want to talk in live, so it's easier for me to explain you rather than me trying to voice over and match with my action with the hands what I'm doing. So let's start from the freebie announcement. Now, you do know in my last video I have this free design which is available on my Buy Me a Coffee page. but I also have a Facebook group which I open up with the thoughts having this space for you to share your cards made with my design. The group has been quiet lately. It's mainly my fault because I haven't been, you know, a good host. I was quiet myself. I had a few months break, so now I'm trying to bring it a little bit more to life, and I also share the free design there. There's a few other designs which I've previously shared, which are exclusively available to the group, and the link to the group is down below in the description area. So I do encourage you to go there to see what's the freebies there. And also of course I encourage you to share. If you play with my papers, if you create something with them, definitely please share. It's always nice for me to see and get some inspiration from you, how you see my papers, how you use them up. And of course for the rest of the friends as well, it's always nice to have some additional inspiration. And I love to see your work. This is a cherry on the top. It's the best reward for me to be able to see what you do with my papers, how you use them up. Now this is the paper which I haven't shared in last video because I didn't have it printed, but I'm definitely gonna be using more leaves. So this is the autumn leaf set. Now speaking about the freebies, I have the one more freebie announcement. I don't know, I forgot when I was so impatient to share with you this collection that I forgot about the option which I was doing previously as well. Many occasions with my design I'm actually using those insert portion because I think it's nice and it's always extra element you can add to your cards, like having this insert paper. So for example, if you print the design and you can then open up and have it, it's a wrong design, it's actually my working design. It was too dark and I've changed the size a bit, but just to show you, this is the original design and this is the light insert part, and I'm doing those inserts for all of my design. And whoever has purchased the collection, I will add the file extra. For those who already purchased the collection, I will send this free extra insert part to you with your email. But then for the rest, I will update the file and everything will be in one set. So if you download the file and you have the insert there, it's fine. But for those who purchased it previously, the insert will be added to you separately in a mail. Now, one trick I want to share with you, it's regarding the printing. Now, you can change the size accordingly to your need, and I just wanted to show you that you can actually, here I've print my paper on A5 size paper. Obviously my printer doesn't support the borderless printing on A5, which is shame, but okay, it's fine. I usually cut it anyway to a smaller, you know, like a smaller portion, so I'm not too much bother. But I wanted to show you something. See, when I have my card and I will be chopping it, so I wanted to make it smaller. I know exactly where do I need to reprint my text, and I do my wishes on Microsoft Word, but any LibreOffice or whatever program software you're using for a Macintosh or anything else will be working fine. So you put your text in the software like Word or something, and you know, like you've got this bar on the top for the measurements, so you could move your margins, like have the bigger one or smaller one. First thing what I'm doing, see on a monitor on the computer screen, you have this zoom in, zoom out, so you can see the card, your paper being larger or smaller. You can choose to see the whole page. So what I'm doing, I'm trying to zoom in on the screen, so my paper A5 I'm holding, or A4, it doesn't matter which, whatever paper you're using, but my manual, like a real paper, is kind of matching up with the one I have on my computer on the screen. So when I put paper to the paper on the screen, they're kind of matching in size. And now I've marked myself 2 pencil mark where I want my text to be. You can see here I've got 2 marks. So I'm placing the paper touching the screen, and then I am moving the margins on the computer so they match up exactly with this pencil marks here. So then when I print my wishes, they go in the exact spot where I need it. So this is what I wanted to share with you. Oh, here's my son. Say hello, Wojtuś.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Yeah.
Please like and subscribe
Thank you.
for our mommy channel.
Thank you so much, sweetie. What you have? A little toy. Okay, mommy's recording. Okay, I'll be right with you.
Yes.
So once you thank you so much. That was Wojtek. My friends, so when you're printing, just mark the margin to your pencil lines and the text will appear in the exact spot where you need it. So that's the tip I wanted to share with you, and now we can jump on to creating the rest of the videos. I'm gonna start from this last card because I have this wishes printed, and I'm starting from cutting out all these white borders. I know I have to cut the paper to be a little bit shorter, but I just want to cut like half of the inch here, not even that. I think it's like a little bit more than quarter of an inch, because I have this tab sticking out and I want to put a little bit of the design paper there as well, so I don't have this ugly like black piece when the rest of the card is nicely finished. So you can see here I've just trimmed a little strip and I'm just putting it right in this place. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start from creating the black frame, which will be the mat for my paper, and for that I'm making sure it's exactly the same length. This paper will be a little bit wider because than the front panel, because I want it to be kind of equal on both ends. As you can see here, the front panel is kind of shift a little bit towards the right side, but this one on the inside I just want to have the exact same borders on the left and right. So once I have my black mat, I am marking where to cut this piece with the wishes, and then I will put my top layer on the mat, and that will give me this nice very thin black border. To make sure that the paper is not warping, once I'm adding adhesive, I'm smearing the glue with my finger. This prevent any blobs of the glue which will later on, you know, wrap up your paper. And you can see here how beautifully this is looking like even on the empty card. So I think having those insert portion is really great, especially for printing the wishes. Now here's the trick for adhering the card so they match up with the front layer. I am adding the glue dot, and this is like removable glue dot, but that could be blue tack or something else a little bit sticky, and here I am placing it on top so it's matching up with the layer on the front, and then I am adhering it to the back. Once I open up the card, I am taking off this little dot and secure it with this non-sticky paper for later on, and that way I can make sure that the label on the inside is matching up perfectly. Now here I have another page of this insert paper, and firstly I am making sure that they are the same length. This is very important when you work on the black or dark navy color card base, because those edges around the black edges, they are visible way stronger. And this is something I was telling you in the previous video, that if you have the differences in the thickness of the black borders, it will be way more visible than with the white borders. So I'm trying to match it up, and here I'm going to be creating little pocket. This is a great solution for adding up like a little gift card, a voucher, something like that. You can buy like a coffee card, or some other bits here, and that will be this little pocket to add it. And once you cut this kind of a triangle shape, I use the scallop oval die, but you could cut it with the scissors, you can cut it with Cernicus. If you don't have the access to the dies, you can take your Cernicus and then just kind of sketch a little, like a half circle there, and just cut like quarter of the circle, sorry, from one corner. And then I am creating two little flaps, and to help this piece stand out better, I am adding a little drop of the brown ink and this stamp which I had. Now I'm gonna be adhering these little flaps here on the back, so this will create this pocket, and once it's ready I will add the glue to the whole area, and then I will attach it to my card. Make sure you push it really firmly when you fold your paper, so it's gonna be stay in one line. And as you can see here, it's very nice finish of the card, and that will give you this extra space for adding like some sort of the voucher, gift card, anything like that. And again, because this paper I printed it on a thinner paper, I am very gently smearing the paper, the glue with my finger, and this prevent it from warping. Here I have this leftover piece, and I've decided to use it. Otherwise, if I'm not gonna cut it right now, this will go to my scrap drawer, things like that. So if you've got the little pieces leftovers like that, there's no better solution to use them up to create couple of the extra tags, things like that. Your either customer or the person you are giving the card, for example, you creating the card for a friend or someone, they will appreciate those little extra tokens because they are creating this special touch. So what I'm doing here, I have this additional tag which will be tagged in the corner in this little pocket here. This could be added as a special tag to add to the present, or to add to the bag which will be packed. The card, for example, you can buy a coffee and a card and then put it in a bag and use this tag to attach it. So that will be the extra element which can match up with the present, to make the card matching with the present. Then I also have this another like a longer strip which was double-sided because I was printing something else. Like when I'm making collection, I usually have 2-3 prints which are unused because I didn't like something of it, but I'm trying to not throw the paper away. I then print something else on the other side, and that way I have this double-sided layer which could serve me as a bookmark. So that will be additional extra present to add to your card. Those little gifts, these are also something which is enhancing your product. And as I'm saying, sometimes once we create all these layers for the card to, finish the card on the inside, outside, on the back area, we are having a couple of the strips or a couple of the extra, cut off pieces. So this is the great way to use them up to create something like that. So whoever will receive the card, and they're not also getting a card, they also get a couple of the tags or things like that. Here I have another insert paper which I will be just simply cutting on the back, because, and this is especially important with the black cardstock, if your card base is in dark color and you have this nice dress up on the inside and on the front panel, there is nothing worse than having this black hole on the back of the card. It's not really as much, it's one additional page of the paper, and you can print it on the copy paper. You not always have to spare this good quality cardstock for printing your design. The vast majority, I add the copy paper on the back, so the design which is printed on the back is on the cheapest cardstock, but it still gives this nice professional touch, and I think it's just looking way more put up together rather than leaving the black side of the of the back of the card. Here I'm also adding a little extra composition. I'm trying to match up the composition with the one which I had on the front of the card, not trying to make it identical, but just bring in the similar elements. And I think it's just a nice, kind of bringing the outside to the inside of the card as well. So a couple of the extra flowers, I'm just adhering them with the hot glue, and then I will add 1 or 2 flowers on this little flap here as well, and this card will be finished. Let me know what you think. Is this something which you would like to do? If not, then why? But I just think that having this super finished card is just really make them one of the kind special experience, for especially for someone who is receiving them. Now we are jumping into the card number 2. So as you can see here, I have this darker color design paper, and I also have the insert part. Firstly, I will be creating 2 panels because I want to use the same paper on the top part as on the bottom. And this card is actually 5.5 by 5.5 inch. So just to make the job easier, you could cut 5.25 by 5.25 here. This is what I actually did. I still made the pencil mark, and they actually happen to be this 5.25. But when you have the regular sizes, you can just go a little bit down. However, I do prefer to use the pencil mark because sometimes, and this is especially when you don't do your card bases, you buy them like ready-made. I don't know if this is everywhere, but it happened to me a few times that I bought the packaging for like 6x6 cards, and they are not exactly 6x6, but they are 6x5.75, something like that. So they visibly looking like a square, but they're not exact squares. And if you follow the measurements, you'll be always off, like one of the measurements will be slightly different. So here I like to work with the pencil because that way I don't have to remember about the specific measurement, what it was, and I always can mark, where do I need to cut. And this also eliminates the number of the mistakes I was doing before. When I was always relying on the measurements, I sometimes like counted something wrongly, or made a mistake when I was looking on a ruler where to cut. So now with the pencil, I hardly have any mistakes. Now, one of the layers, I am actually cutting out the circle because I want to bring the front panel design onto inside. And here you can see I went to the printer and I just copy the simplest wishes, saying like happy birthday, may all your wishes come true. And I've just did it on a Word, like nothing fancy. I just write down the text and I just put it on the upper corner where I knew roughly where I will cut my circle. And because the insert paper is really like light color, this bold nice letters, they are highly visible. Or you can stamp. If you have the stamps, you can use the stamp. That will be great. I was just to be fair, I was just lazy. I didn't want to rumble through my shelf trying to find the perfect stamp. But for the inside papers, like this insert portion, you can use the black ink or brown ink and use your stamps with the wishes or something like that, and they will be looking really nice. Or die cut as well. If you've got like a happy birthday like bold die cut piece, you can add it. So here I am adding both layers, and the one on the bottom has the exact same circle as one on the front. The difference is that here I have the wishes, and on the front I have this nice panel with this swallow in the emptiness nest. Now I am also building up a little bit of the composition, and I'm trying to leave this bottom part of the circle quite empty because obviously there's a space there to write down your name, or additional extra wishes if someone would like to add something here. But still having this little extra flowers is just what makes this card appear way more special. Now on the top part, I'm not gonna do it here, but on the top flap you have this little extra space for like an envelope or little pocket for your gift card. Sometimes you can add a little extra strip, just put like a 2 flaps around your gift card and just add it there, and that will be the simplest way ever. And again, because I have my card made, card base is made from the craft color cardstock, I am adding a little piece of this insert part, and this is the leftover from the circle I was cutting. So I'm not really printing any new paper here, I'm just using up the leftovers, and that will be very nice place to add up your logo stamp or a sticker, something like that. This will be really looking way better than the stamp itself on this just a craft plain card. So card number 2 is ready, and this is gonna be my third card. It was actually the first one I did in a previous video, but I'm gonna dress it at last. Now I have the insert paper, and again, there is not really any difficulty in dressing up the inside portion of the card. The vast majority of the cases, I am just taking the idea from what I have on the front. On my front panel, I had this stitching line, follow up with this rice edge made with the ruler, and this is the exactly the same technique I am using here. I am adding this stitching line, then I am pressing my ruler just the last millimeter of the card and very gently lifting the edge. This will give me the nice dimension. Even though it's a flat card, there is no bulkiness in the form of adding like a foam tape, anything like that. This card will be very good for postage. It will be just fitting envelope nicely, but because of this extra steps, it's really having the lot of the dimension. So when you do the cards like that, one more tip I just want to tell you, make sure that the design is matching. So if you cut one panel after another, just put them the right order, so the visually whoever will open up the card, it will see the continuation of the pattern on both panels. And this is not really something you have to do, but it will definitely put up your cards on the next level. Now to finish off, I am again reaching for the same idea, which was on the front of the panel. So I'm cutting a white piece of the paper, and this time I'm not printing the wishes. I will leave this card blank, so whoever would like to use the card, they will have the space to write down their own wishes. And I also have this leftover piece from the different design paper, and I've decided to use it. It has this little extra element with the flying birds, and I thought it will just match up perfectly with the whole theme of the card. And again, once I cut my rectangle, I am using the scissors to distress it, so it will have the continuation of the pattern. Having this cohesive look inside outside is what makes the card appear like more professional. And lastly, what I've decided to do, I'm also cutting the same width of another panel, but this time I'm just aiming to use the right upper corner. So once I chop it to the same width, I am just using my fingers to tear the paper to have this nice white edge reveal when it was tearing, and then I am adhering it to the card. It's not necessary, but I think it's just given this extra special touch as well. And of course, once I adhere this paper, make sure it stick nicely, I am going over it again with my scissors because I want to have the same, you know, distress edge all over all sides of this panel. And once they're ready, you can see here, it's just a very simple trick. It's very easy, very, you know, it doesn't really take me much time than just, you know, couple 20 seconds to cut the strip and rip it with my fingers. But those little changes all these extra steps, this is what makes the huge change in overall look of the card. Those little extra elements, this extra distress look, or like a splatter stamp, or a couple extra novel drops. There's always way to enhance your project, to make it appear way more better, to make it appear way more luxurious, and not always it mean that you have to spend another, you know, whole hour to finish off the card on the inside. I think roughly it took me like 15 minutes per each card to actually create them like that, to finish them off, so they will have this extra dressing on each side. This card is almost finished and my video is going to an end. I hope you enjoy all the tips. I hope you enjoy all this extra chit chat. Let me know if you would like to see more content like that, or you would like just to go straight into, you know, making the cards and you skip the chatting elements. But I hope you enjoy it, and I hope this bring you some sort of the value. Thank you so very much, everyone who's been watching up till now, and you've been with me for the last half an hour. I hope you had some good time and I've bring you some value with all these tips and little chit chat. Let me know in the comment if you would like to see more content like that. And lastly, don't forget to grab the freebie I was sharing with you at the beginning of the video. You've got 2 chances on the group and on my Buy Me a Coffee. There are free papers for you as a little thank you from me for being here, being my wonderful YouTube family. So here are 3 cards done on all sides to make them appear way more luxurious and high-end. And let me know what you think about this approach. That will be me. I will be coming back with a new video shortly, and in the meantime I am sending you all my hacks, to all of you, my hacks, my love, and once again I am so grateful for you being here on my YouTube channel. Stay blessed, my friends, and bye bye.